new this week, and it is a smart deal price. Instead of $131, we're at $99.95. Now, a little scoop, we have sold already 1,700 of our Sun Joes, and this is a 2,000 PSI. Now, let's get our head around this for just a moment. I'm gonna walk over here. We do have all three colors. Okay, so I'm gonna do the colors. We have blue, we have green, and we have red. There are your colors. Now, guys, I want you to see this. I'm gonna stand here. It is about a little over a foot from here to the bottom of it, down here in the base. But it's 2,000 PSI. That's a mini miracle. Because I've been on the air for a gazillion years and I've done a lot of pressure washers and we have great buys, but typically they're gonna be between 1,500 and 1,700 PSI. To be able to get 2,000 PSI out of this on such a demure size that doesn't take up any space means super powerful cleaning, really effective results, but not a big giant machine that runs on gas and stinks and it's hard to use. You plug it in, put the water in, and it does its magic. Well, Justin, are you ready? Is he joining me? Is he all set? We're ready, so Justin's there. Justin, hi, welcome back. For me, that was so striking that this little guy is a mighty little system.
He really is. You know, it's funny. I probably have 6 pressure washers in my garage right now. This is the most powerful, and it's the smallest one that we've got, and it's from Sun Joe. If you're looking for any pressure washer on the market right now, you're thinking, I want to get electric. Sun Joe is one of the top brands out there, and you're getting 2,000 PSI. That means you're getting something that's 50 times more powerful than your garden hose. You're going to have a pressure washer, so you're going to save 50 to 70% more. And unfortunately, we're stuck inside because of the weather. But the idea here is that you can just pop this outside. You can see how small this is and start cleaning everything. I want to just give you a quick tour. You know, we were just talking about the size of it. It still has wheels, very small and compact, great to be able to put away into your garage when you're done using it. Best part is you don't have to put away and store any gasoline with this either. Completely electric. You get a 35-foot long power cord and a 20-foot long pressurized hose. That's 55 feet that you don't have to worry about. Do I need possibly an extension cord along with that? Here's your on and off button, very simple. When this is on, you're not going to hear anything. It'll only turn on when you pull that trigger, but it also has an automatic off system. So it's not constantly idling, it's not constantly running, it's not constantly that noise that you have to listen to, and it's an amazing amount of power. The other thing that we're offering included with this is all the different tips. And I want to get right to one of the coolest tips is that 90-degree tip. This is going to be able to attach right here to your wand, and then what you do is you simply pull this down, pop in that tip, you'll hear it click, you'll hear it click, and once it clicks, you can get underneath all of those cars. You can get underneath all of those hard-to-reach places. Really, really cool. You're getting 2 other tips as well. You have an adjustable tip, so you can have full range of all the different ways you want to use it. But I know you have a lot of demos, Suzanne. Unfortunately, we're stuck inside, but I know you're going to be able to show exactly what I wish I would be able to show, the power of this.
Bring it, that's all I'm saying. And I gotta tell you, there's nothing better than owning a pressure washer, because right now, how many of you have been at home for a long time, and so all of a sudden you're like, we've gotta do that sidewalk. That deck looks terrible. That window up there is awful. That door, that siding, over there looks bad. Once you get your own pressure washer, it's so nice, and there's something really zen about it. Just to see it eat away really old, really bad dirt and mold and all that green stuff is so fabulous. So here, I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna start. Now watch how powerful this is. It is absolutely, watch this, it's gonna be so much fun. The satisfaction of seeing potentially years. Look at that, wait, here's what's funny. I'll do just the mud that was slapped on there. Now watch what's gonna happen too. See the stripe? This demo has been done a million times, and yet look how it's cutting through what you think is permanently stained on. Can you guys see that? There it is, look at that, how funny is that? So the basic demo was, yeah, get rid of some mud, who cares? That's pretty easy. Pretty much any hose is gonna do that. But when you can go back in on a patio paver that clearly has been demoed with a gazillion times and you think that's stained on and permanent, no. That paver actually can be cleaned, but you've gotta have the super pressure that you're getting with this. That's the key. Oh my gosh, how many of you have gone outside because really, you know, I think when we're home this much, we really start picking apart our home. And I think we do want to beautify it, and quite frankly, we have more time to do that. This is what I love. If you've got that siding that's got that green buildup, or maybe it's the clay if you live in Georgia, maybe it's just the winter dirt. Look at this. I'm gonna go to this old siding. Okay, I want you guys to look right here. I'm gonna actually point at exactly what I'm doing, because this is really green and moldy and gross, and it's on there really good. I want you to see, I'm just gonna cover that one right there. Can you see that? See what I'm doing? Can you see how that's brought that back to that white? And again, then you go to your windows, you go to your doors. It is amazing how awesome it is to have a pressure washer. Here's one last thing, and I'll give it back to Justin in just a second. If you've got a deck or you've got fencing and you're like, okay, we're gonna spend thousands of dollars, we have to redo this deck because it looks terrible, or daggone, the fencing is so gross, we're just gonna have to get new. Get this first, use our FlexPay, and right now, what is it, guys? I can't see it, it's too far away. Okay, it's gonna cost you $33.32 to get this home. Get it at home. You have 90 days. I want you to tackle every job out there, the walls, the fence, whatever you got going on. If you're not totally thrilled, you can send it back for a refund. But if you could get this home for $100 and not have to spend potentially hundreds of dollars, wouldn't it be worth it to get it tonight to try it? And absolutely, with so many already sold, it's a great time to get it. Reminder, we have 3 colors. We have the green, we have the red, we have the blue. Rocky, what is the most limited of the 3 right now? Oh, okay, the most limited is the green, but you guys, the favorite actually is the blue. You get the washer, the transport handle, the trigger gun, the Connect spray, the Quickconnect nozzles, which is great. That's jet turbo, 90 degrees. You get 2 of the screw heads for it. On top of that, the trigger gun holder, the high pressure hose cord holder, the rear compartment, high pressure hose, wheels, the garden hose adapter. You get the female coupler, so they even make it easy to take this on and off when you're using it. And Justin, by the way, that's honestly a great feature, because the old days and old other models, you have to screw in the hose every time. It's great to have that quick connect, because now you can get to the job really easily without having to try to get a rusty hose screwed in.
That is true. I can tell you that, especially for the days that we've been doing it. Right. It's really easy. That's really what a pressure washer is all about. It's the easiest tool, if we want to even call it that you will ever own, because all you have to do is hold the wand. And as Suzanne was just showing you, you don't even have to move the unit. It can stay there because you've got that 20 foot of pressurized hose. You point, you shoot, and you clean. It's like having an eraser for everything outdoors. Suzanne was just showing you the adjustable turbo nozzle. I wanted to show you, it just simply twists. So if you want to be able to twist it, I think you guys can even see it when you get close. You can see that nozzle open up and then close by simply twisting it and opening it and shutting it. So that's how you get that pinpoint accuracy. That's how you be able to get that big fan. Suzanne, you know, one thing I love about that is how many times do we see these pressure washers that give you, 5 different tips, which is great, but then you have to put them on and off. You basically have the 0 degree nozzle tip on this one. You have the 40 degree nozzle tip on this one. And you can see, Suzanne's going to show you right now, all you have to do is simply twist it, and it'll twist from that 0 degrees to that 45 degrees.
See, look at that. See that, guys? So here's the cool thing. I just went like that, and I get like super pointed, right? And tighter, makes it that really tight. But I want you to see as I loosen that up, now maybe you're watering the plants you can't get to. How many of you go out to water and you're like, okay, really, a watering can? I'm gonna go back and forth a million times. The distance on this, and I was cracking up, this is how powerful this is. It's a teeny little unit, so you don't think it's gonna really go far. My floor manager, James, is over there, and he's way far away from me. And I literally, you could feel it, couldn't you? James, you could feel this, couldn't you? Yeah. He's like, yeah, thanks so much. All right, guys, so you can see this is on fan mode. And again, that's great. So if you've just got dirt and mud and all that kind of stuff, that's fine. But let's really get it. Now watch this. This is where it really gets fun, is when it starts to eat through just years of crud and all of that extra dirt. Do you see that? So it's starting to kind of go right through that center there and make that clean and prettier and bring it back to life. And that's the real key to this. If you're just about to spend a ton of money getting a new deck, or as I mentioned, the fence, or you're looking going, oh man, our siding looks terrible, I want you to invest in this first. You get 3 months to try it out. If it doesn't bring those dirty spots back to life, you can refund it and then go out and buy a whole new fence or buy a whole new deck and install it. But boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, you will be absolutely amazed at the results you get just by having a really powerful pressure washer. And Justin, here's something interesting happening in my life. We are getting ready to sell our house. I have a ton of work done on it. I'm getting it all spruced up so I can, you know, show it in its best light. And trust me, our pressure washer is getting more work right now than it ever has, simply because I've got a really old home, and it's amazing how just by using a pressure washer, it truly brings things back to almost their original look. And I'm always so pleased when that happens, because I realize I've just saved a lot of time and a lot of heartache and a lot of money because my pressure washer is cleaning things up for me so I don't have to replace it.
Exactly. You know, it's a time saver. It's a money saver. And I like to call it the time machine because, one, it'll take your fence and make it look like it's brand new again. It'll take that old, you know, how many times do we buy this beautiful wood furniture and then the sun just destroys it? But really, you take your pressure washer, you're going to be amazed at how you can make that bench that you might have outside, that wooden table that you might have outside. About that wicker furniture, is that not just the most impossible thing to clean? Take your pressure washer out there. You know, one of the things is we've got outdoor rugs, and we got a very white outdoor rug, and I was kind of opposed to it. My girlfriend was like, no, let's do it. But you know what? With a pressure washer, we clean it. It's easy. That's the idea of having a pressure washer, is you save time. And what are you not doing? You're not having to pay anybody, Suzanne, to come and do it for you.
Right.
You know, you're also don't have to worry about somebody coming over to your house to do it right now. And you don't have to worry about renting one. If you wanted to rent a 2,000 PSI pressure washer today, you're going to be spending nearly the same amount that you're going to spend today to own it and then get to use it whenever you want. And I promise you, you're going to go out to do the garage, and then you're going to do the driveway, and then you're going to say, well, yeah, I'm at the driveway, might as well do the cars. And you're just going to be looking and looking for things to do because it's easy and it's simple.
Yeah, that's so true too. And it's funny because a lot of people say, well, I'm not going to invest one because I only really need to do my sidewalk. It looks terrible. Especially here in the southern states, your sidewalks go from looking really good to really bad within months. You know what I mean? You get the buildup. You do. You get that green mold and that green mildew stuff.
And all that salt that builds up.
Oh my gosh, all the salt and the weather. For those of you who live up north, winter just takes a beating. How many of you have that annoying brown stuff that is splashed up on your siding along the bottom of your house? How many have a fence that's just really, you think, again, it looks terrible. This is a great example right here. That's honest to goodness age. I know that piece of wood right there. How many of you have said, well, look at that. Oh my gosh, talk about a filthy cushion. Yeah, geez, that's a tough winter right there. But you know, again, before you go out and buy new cushions, before you out and buy new outdoor furniture, before you go out and say, all right, we got to sand this whole darn deck and redo the whole thing, just get this pressure washer tonight. You have 90 days and 3 months. So you have 3 months to use it, 3 months to pay it off. If you don't absolutely love it at what, August, you can send it back and we'll still refund your money. But the deal is you want to get it now. And here's what I love, love, love. A lot of pressure washers are gas, which are really complicated. I would never be able to use one because I don't want to mess with it. This one's electric. A lot of pressure washers are big, especially when you start to get to a 2,000 PSI. I want you to see, I'm going to pick this baby up and I can hold it in one hand. I literally can hold it like this. It's not bulky, it's not cumbersome, and truly, it's about the size of the tote bag I brought into work tonight. You can store this away in the smallest little place, because that's the other issue too, Justin. We moved into a very small place, but we have a nice patio and we're right on the water. And when we moved in, it looked terrible. So we invested in a small pressure washer, but guess what happened? It has a really small PSI. This is small, but has that really enormous PSI to it.
Yeah, you're not really giving up. You're giving up space in a good way. You don't have to have this demonstrative, loud, gas-powered pressure washer anymore, because electric has finally caught up with gas, and yet it doesn't cost that much either anymore. So, you know, we have a small side patio, but we got a nice front patio as well. What a great way to just be able to not have to worry about how big is it going to be? Is it going to take up a lot of space? Where am I going to leave it? You're not having to store gas. It's not something that's going to be putting off fumes.
Right.
When you're using it, it's basically silent. You know, Suzanne, yours is on right now, but you don't hear it because it completely shuts off. And I do love the size, because when you look at it, you think, is it really that powerful?
Right.
And then you use it and you're like, wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I mean, the handle's almost the longest thing on it. It's really amazing. And it does have that power you want to really cut through all that crud. Again, if you've been sitting at home and you're looking around, and again, I think we're really evaluating our home space because we're spending a lot of time in it. Probably the outside, you want to make it beautiful, and you got to have a pressure washer to be able to really do that. And I think we've got a great one for you. Justin, thank you for joining me. It was good seeing you.
Good to see you.
All right, we got to wrap up on this one. We still have more to come, including the Apple iPad. That's going to be next. We've got great smart deals on hsn.com, so you can check that out anytime. There's that pressure washer. We've got a great phone deal going on. Some jewelry's on there as well. So go and check out all of our smart deals. And while you're there, hey, wait, scroll back up, will you, Rocky? Right there. Stop right there. See that save $40? Do it now.